Oh, hello. We're here. We're not queer. Some of us, I don't know, maybe. I shouldn't speak for the room. Welcome to the Josh Potter Show. Once again, it is I, Josh Potter. Thank you if you came out to Las Vegas. Wise Guys, honestly, might be my favorite club in the entire country. I know I'm like alienating the other clubs by saying that, but boy, oh boy, do I freaking love that place. And people came on out. I have a fun story about it I'll get to in a little bit, but coming up, shows that are on sale as we speak are, I have to go to this is the first time I don't actually know all of my dates because they're coming in furiously, folks. The spring and the summer are looking packed. Maybe not in the next month or two we're not looking great, but the rest of the year is looking fantastic. I'm just gonna go in order here. Des Moines, Funny Bone. I'm coming there in August. That's so far away from now, but it's on sale now. So I just wanted to bring it up because it's the first thing that came up here. Also, Houston, Texas, June 14th and 15th. Omaha, that's happening in August as well. I'm going to be having that on sale hopefully soon. We've got, let's see what else here. Again, this is all fluid. May 30th. Washington, D.C. Please don't turn my headphones down. I think you just did. Turn them back up, please. Thank you. All right. Yes, no, hold on. We have another one here somewhere that I have to find out about. Oh, it's Tacoma, Washington, and it's happening, I don't know the date. I looked all that way, and I don't have a date for it yet, but it's happening. Tacoma, Seattle, coming back up there. We're going to have, did I say May 30th? Washington, D.C., and also April 26th and 27th. I am coming to, oh boy, where the hell am I going? The 26th and 27th of April? I'll think of it at the end. It's on sale on my Instagram at Josh_Potter, at J_Potter on Twitter. Got all these dates yesterday. I should have organized myself and thought about it before the show. You know, do a little preparation, Josh, you fucking idiot. Not really good on the nice boy clock today. Sorry to Bobby who has to edit this. But I'm just cursing. Last week I had a migraine headache the entire show, and I just lost myself in it. So I don't even know what happened. I know the sound wasn't great, but we're back. We're getting things better than we got a fucking curtain behind me now, and we gotta get the sign is on the wall. So look at that, and the sound's better. Winky face, hopefully. I don't know yet. It didn't come out. But I'm going to just say that it is. We're just going to say that it is. Also, promoting things go. We got the Patreon, patreon.com/The Josh Potter Show, twitch.tv/Josh_Potter. And boy, oh boy, lots to discuss today. I, in Las Vegas, had a heckler, which was interesting. And it was an interesting heckler because it wasn't like a mean one. It wasn't like... I don't know, your typical heckler, you know, when you hear about things and they're like, you know, they're just shouting things out, deliberately being... I had a person who, he heckled me so poignantly, and I thought like, wow, this guy hates my guts. And then someone was like, no, he has Tourette's. And I was like, I thought Tourette's meant like, you know, you say like, I'm sorry, nice boy clock is getting ravaged by it. It's Tourette's though. I'm discussing a medical condition. I thought it was that, you know what I'm saying? Where they're like, ass, you know, they just yell things like maybe they yell a slur, a racial slur perhaps. This guy, he would yell things. I'd be like, you know, so my father, and he'd be like, oh, did he? I'm like, that's Tourette's? Your Tourette's is poignant insults at perfect times of my set? Like stuff like your Tourette's makes you say sarcastic things. I don't think that's how it works. And I thought about it. I'm like, because they didn't kick the guy out the entire show. He did it for the openers. He did it for my buddy Hormos, who opened up for me. Thanks to Hormos for driving me down there. Hilarious guy. You can see him at the Comedy Store. But yeah, I got off stage at the end. I'm like, why didn't they throw that guy out? And they were like, well, he has Tourette's. And I was like, well, that's stupid. Throw him out anyway. Why would you come if that's your Tourette's? If your Tourette's is to make and I'm sorry if this person out there is a fan of mine and they bought a ticket to come see me at the show, that would make me feel terrible. In that case, like, please come just let me know you're coming. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't run into anybody after the fact or anything like that. And I know, and like I said, Wise Guys, one of my favorite places. I know that they're on the ball. They know how to like run a show. And I couldn't believe that this guy wasn't being like approached or thrown out in any capacity. And it turns out, like I said, that everyone was like, well, he had Tourette's. And I was like, I don't think he did. I don't think he did. Bring a card like the Joker when you go out that's like, I will be making sarcastic remarks at silent moments of the set, you know, like reactions. I don't know. I've never heard of Tourette's being something like that. Have you heard of anything like that? You're like, it seems like you're like stifling your, I thought you were going to say something. Do you have Tourette's?
I'm baffled. I've never heard of that, but it's hilarious to think of someone just being like, oh, I bet.
Yeah,
like,
that's
in
what
the
it
middle
was.
of your set.
That's
like,
what
just,
it was.
Like,
and he was like, it's Tourette's. I go, you're saying the most sarcastic thing. And then another guy's like, I have Tourette's. And I'm like, well, you've been very good during the show. You haven't done anything.
I mean, was it one of his friends or someone that was with him that was telling you he had Tourette's? Or is it was just like
by the
hearsay?
time I got up there, it was like murmur in the crowd. Like people were filling me in. Like they already got to the bottom of this in the beginning of the show. And now they're informing me. And now, you know, hand up. I didn't pay attention to the beginning of the show. So I had no idea this was going on. But yeah, it was just like, I bet he did. Like stuff like that. And you're like, Jesus, man, you're just kneecapping me with your Tourette's over here. It was crazy. But Vegas was a good time. I didn't do any gambling. Which is like, what's going on, you know? Are you okay, Josh? Well, I was, you know, kind of down in the arts district area, which doesn't feel like Vegas. You know what I mean? The only remnants of Vegas down there are all the little wedding chapels that they have. So you see a woman like walking barefoot in a wedding dress, and you're like, what the hell's going on? Oh, yeah, I'm in Vegas. That's what's going on. We're in Vegas today. So I didn't do any. And plus, like the Super Bowl, dude, I don't know if I'm just that dead inside at the moment or what. The Super Bowl does not appeal to me this year. And I don't know what to do about that. I don't know how to feel about that. I don't know why it's because of the Chiefs. They bore me. And not to mention that this was the matchup. This was the last football game. This very Super Bowl, we're replaying it before COVID. So is that why it's like sickening to my stomach? 2019 is when the season was 2019, but it was played in February of 2020. I was coming back from the Rhode Island, what is it called? Providence, Rhode Island Comedy Connection. And I scheduled my flight. Now, I bought it like months in advance. I didn't even think about the fucking Super Bowl. And I bought my flight. I'll take a nice little afternoon flight since I'm going cross country. I flew during the duration of the Super Bowl. Excuse me. I watched it on a plane. And it was not too terrible. I mean, everybody was kind of watching it on the plane. A plane full of people. It was kind of amazing seeing the people that didn't watch it. You're like, oh, you really don't care. You scheduled your flight during this time, and you really don't care. The rest of us kind of just probably... You know what I did too? I probably saw it and I was like, this is really cheap. Why is this so cheap? This is crazy. It's because it's during the Super Bowl. But so yeah, I watched it on the airplane on my phone. And I remember the flight attendant was like, do you want anything to drink? I'm like, can I have 4 beers? I asked for 4 beers. I'm like, just give me all 4 of them right now. Like, I didn't want to wait for her to go back and forth. I knew I was going to polish one off pretty quick. It's the Super Bowl. And in that case, I was rooting for the Chiefs. And they won. You know, he was playing against Jimmy Garoppolo. The 49ers, you know, they've been there before. They've had their years with Steve Young and Joe Montana. So I was like, oh, the Chiefs, this is fun. Mahomes, he's exciting and new. This is fun and cool. Now I'm sick of it here in 2024. I've got to tell you. And I'm still kind of like, whatever on the 49ers. I'll say this. I am rooting for the 49ers for a couple of reasons. One, I'm sick of the Chiefs. Number 2, they have like guys on the team that are cool like dudes that deserve a Super Bowl, like Christian McCaffrey, you know, bunch of Trent Williams. And then also like Brock Purdy's a cool story. Mr. Irrelevant taking his team to the Super Bowl. It'd be cool if he won. That'd be pretty unbelievable. Something that's never happened before. And also John Feliciano, avid listener, Roach, if you will, offensive lineman for the San Francisco 49ers. So that makes me want to don the 49er colors even more, you know? And I'm going to be wearing, I have 2 Kaepernick jerseys. I'm going to wear one of them that day. And I'll watch the Super Bowl like every good American should. But you know what? I'm just not into it this year. And in fact, people are like, what is it, because of the Taylor Swift stuff? I think the Taylor Swift thing is the most interesting part about the Super Bowl this year. And that is the whole reason I'm going to watch, frankly, because it's going to be hilarious to see how fucking buck wild the internet gets, and how it's like when she gets on the old screen there, in both facets, whether it be hateful or lovingly, you know? So I'm excited for that part of it, that actually. And it's so funny that Taylor Swift is going to be like this cornerstone of this year's Super Bowl in Las Vegas because of the fact that she turned down doing the halftime show. And Usher's doing it, yes? Is that what you
I just looked it up.
Yeah. Yeah. In the club with homies. I'm trying to think of the word. He's gonna. He better do. Yeah, he better. I don't even know another Usher song.
What DJ Got Us Falling in Love is the only other one I could really think of.
How does that go?
DJ got us falling in love again.
Ooh, I like that. Oh, that's a newer one.
It might be newer.
What's his, like, he was famous in the 90s, Usher. He was like...
Usher was even still around.
Confessions was his big album, and Caught Up was a big Usher song. Oh My God, featuring Will.i.am.
Oh My God. Yeah, that's like kind of new, though.
I feel like that's barely even him in that
that's definitely
one,
newer, yeah.
God, I can't think of any 90s Usher, though. He was dating one of the TLCs, I think. Was he dating Chili, perhaps? Usher also, didn't he give many a women, he got sued for, well, there was a woman who claimed that she got a STD from Usher. I want to say it was herpes, but then when you see the woman, you're like, I don't think Usher was fucking you, lady. I don't think Usher's giving you herpes.
I didn't know that either.
Can we see the lady? I mean, tell me I'm wrong when you think about this. When you see this woman, you're like, unless Usher is getting so much, which I don't doubt that he isn't getting so much pussy. He's probably wringing his dick out all of the time. But when I saw the woman, I was like, Usher's not fucking you, lady. That's not the woman.
This is what's pulling up. I was going to say I was a little confused.
Well, that one's a little bit more indicative of what I thought she looked like there. But I'm seeing some pictures here where I go, I don't think that's her. But even still, Usher could... Oh, right, go back up there. What's that one?
This one?
Is that not the woman on the right?
No, that just says STD status, I think. I don't know. I think that might just be a translator. I don't think that's the lady. I think that's the lady who does
okay.
Sign language.
Okay. Not to throw shade to the sign language lady. Oops, my bad. Usher's not fucking her either. Let's just put it that way. Good golly. But yeah, so I'm excited for now Taylor Swift turned down doing the halftime show. She could have been there doing it, and it would have been killing two birds with one stone. If I'm the NFL, it's like, you're going to be there anyway. What the hell? Why don't you get out there and do a little song and dance for us? But the NFL doesn't fucking care that she's not doing it now, because she's going to be on the fucking screen way more than she would have been had she been doing the halftime show. Now, the big reason she didn't do the halftime show is the whole work of the halftime show, which is the fact that the people don't make any money who perform in it, and it's like a quick medley, and it's a lot more hassle than it's worth for a mega star like Taylor Swift. Now, for Usher, who's kind of like, whoa, you want me to do the sick? I would love to. They've been doing a lot more nostalgia stuff. They did the Dr. Dre Eminem one, which was probably the best one that they've ever done. And then what was last year? It was Rihanna. That's a good one. Hey, good banger there. And I think she just wanted to be like, I'm pregnant. I'm going to do it pregnant and look like a baddie. And she did. She did a great job. But yeah, for the most part, these people are just doing it to get their asses back in the limelight. And Taylor Swift don't need to do that right now. She's helping the NFL, though, regardless. And it's going to be an electric sight. And everyone's going to be like, here's where it could get sticky. She has to come back from Japan, you see. She's in tour. And so everyone's thinking this crazy whirlwind romance. She's going to fly from Japan. She's going to board her jet. She's going to go to Vegas and get out. And she'll have 22 hours before the Super Bowl so she can prepare. You know, she'll be there just in plenty of time. But many of folk fly private out to the Super Bowl, and many of folk fly private to Las Vegas. Combining the two things, they're saying jet parking going to be an issue. So could Taylor Swift and the whirlwind romance be derailed by jet parking? I think the NFL will move some jets for her. The NFL will come in there with a fucking bulldozer and create a parking spot. They're going to be like, who the hell's jet's this? Get this shit out of here. Some dumb jet that they don't care of whose it is. Was this Joe Montana's jet? Get this shit out of here. We get it, Joe. You were on the 49ers at one point. We don't care. Taylor Swift's coming. Well, let's get into the sports, shall we, since we're already discussing some Super Bowl stuff. Beep, 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 beep. Beep, 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 beep. Beep, 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 beep. Beep, 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 beep. Beep, 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 beep. Dee, 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 dee. And before we get into the sports, I want to let you know today's Josh Potter Show is brought to us by DraftKings. DraftKings is the leader in fantasy sports. They just dropped a brand new fantasy app, by the way, as if there wasn't enough fun things on DraftKings. There's so many fun things. Oh my God, the parlays that they have are so much fun. But anyhow, back to the new fantasy app that they've got. It's called Pick Six, the newest way for you to get in on the fantasy football action with DraftKings. You can choose between 2 and 6 NFL players and pick if they're going to have more or less of a particular stat. So it's like, oh, I'm going to take the over on Tyreek Hill having 100 receiving yards, and then boom, you win. Things like, will a player have more or less than 100 rushing yards? Will a player get more than one touchdown? Just like as I mentioned, you can track your lineup and you can compete against others for a shot at a huge cash prize. Download the DraftKings Pick 6 app now and sign up with code Josh Potter, all one word. That's code Josh Potter, only on DraftKings Pick 6. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 18 plus in most eligible states, but age varies by jurisdiction. Eligibility restrictions apply. Valid only in states where DraftKings Pick 6 operates. Pick 6 not available in all states, including but not limited to Connecticut and New York. For up-to-date list of states, please visit dkng.co/pick6states. Void where prohibited. See terms and pick6.draftkings.com. Alrighty, so let's get into some sport. Now, the Detroit Lions lost to the 49ers, and I was rooting for them to go to the Super Bowl because that's just good old American fun. They haven't been there in a bazillion years. I don't even think they've been there ever, quite frankly, if I'm not mistaken. And so when they went to the NFC Championship game, the world was abuzz. America was rooting for the Tigers, excuse me. The Tigers are their baseball team. They were rooting for the Lions, and they wanted them to go because we hadn't seen anything like that before. So you'd imagine the Detroit Lions fans were very dejected at the end of the game when they realized they lost and they were, this fucking close to the Super Bowl. And I don't get this way anymore. When the Bills lose, I just go, it figures. I would probably get more. You'd want to put a camera on me if the Bills won, because I would either have a nervous breakdown or cry or feel like I'm in a simulation, or you might have to 5150 me because of the fact that I will think that I'm in a dream world or something. I don't know how I would react. It wouldn't be normal. Let me just put it that way. When we lose, I'm just like, yeah, that figures. I figured we were going to lose. I kind of had that in my head the entire time. Well, during the game, if you watched it, the NFC Championship a couple of weekends back, you see the Detroit Lions were up by quite a bit, and they blew a lead. And this man just watched his favorite team disintegrate right before his eyes, and he acted accordingly. He gets it.
Do is play putt! You know what the fuck to do! Fucking idiot! You're an idiot!
Oh my god.
Fucking idiots! I'm dealing with fucking idiots! Jesus fucking Christ!
He's opened the front. If you're just listening, he's opened the front door of the home. He's also now walked into the kitchen, turned off the light,
All you do is
talking to himself. Now he's reemerged to the
Go,
living
I
room.
hit the goal line! Fucking idiots! God damn it! No wonder why you don't fucking play!
The front door's wide
God,
open.
that's why you take fucking punts!
Uh-oh, he's throwing things now.
Fucking idiots!
He's picked up a beer bottle. I'd be nervous about the beer bottle he's got in his
I
hand.
play putt, I know that!
Don't throw the beer bottle.
Fucking Christ!
how unusual is this for a
Christ!
restaurant?
I think that's unusual because a lot of restaurants have free
Oh,
food. Don't think there's free fresh food.
He's there with 49er fans, too.
Fucking play!
It's not over.
Sets us
You're
apart.
being fucking idiots!
Oh, that guy. The It's Not Over guy sucks. Now he's gone out the front door. He's back.
Fuck!
And then 6th
or you need
Pisses me the fuck off.
really hard,
Sing it with me.
emotionally.
Not
Fuck up.
take a step.
I'm gonna actually punch you. And I don't want to, but Colby, I'm gonna punch you.
Yeah, you see, now this is what happens to me too, like, and it happens more over texts and things like that. We're going to have on Johnny Pemberton next week, and I'm going to have to confront him about the way he texts during a football game, because he'll text things. Now, he's being supportive, and he's being, a mensch, but I don't fuck around during the don't send me things like, they've got this. I don't want to hear that. And that's what this man, he was witnessing it in real time. He had a friend there who was trying to, sarcastically support him. And so he was like, I don't want to do this, but I will punch you in the face, is what he said to him there. What a hell of a video. Can't see who it's sent it up there, but
I'll tell
thank you for that.
If you mic'd me up at 4:00 on any day driving, that's exactly what I sound like in traffic. I'm not even joking. It's so concerning since I've moved out here.
Fucking idiot.
Pretty much, yeah.
You keep saying this, you idiot woman. Idiot woman. Idiot.
That's funny. Yeah. I mean, I guess if you just heard the audio of this at home and you're listening and you're not watching, that could have been over any context. That man could have been watching the Democratic debate or the Republican debates. If you get that worked up over the debates. Yeah, what a nerd you'd be if you got. God, please send in that video if it's out there, folks. I want to see some dork going off about can you believe it?
Didn't hit your talking points.
Ron DeSantis. He's not even in it anymore. That's how little I know about this shit going on. Well, so back to my Vegas trip, I did not gamble, also because of the fact that there were no sports this weekend that I was there. No football. I said this to my buddy Hormos. I was like, there's no sports to gamble on this weekend. And he goes, well, there's basketball. And I go, there's no sports there. I don't know shit about what I'm talking about with basketball, so I would never even venture to gamble. Have I done it before? Yes, I have. But I was being responsible, you see. And I, like I said, there was no hockey because of the fact that the NHL All-Star break was happening. So the NHL is really back in the 90s, I used to love watching the NHL All-Star game. It was East versus West. The game was always dog shit because no one's trying because they don't want to get hurt. They're not checking. So it's just kind of just all shit. It's usually 24 to fucking 20. It's like a fucking football score when you see this thing in the All-Star game. So people don't really watch the game, but the skills competition was always the best. I'd watch Al McGinnis fucking with the hardest shot or Al Iafrate with the hardest shot. They'd have the fastest guy. They'd just, they'd have the goalie competition. Dominic Hasek would be in that. Patrick Waugh, Cujo. It was the best in the 90s. For whatever reason, they decided to fuck with the skills competition, and now I don't even know what the hell I'm watching, to be quite honest with you. It's all cartoony, and it's just real Mickey Mouse and stupid. But one thing that made me regret not watching it this year was Michael Bublé's little appearance here, and I don't even know if this was on television. Michael Bublé, I guess some sort of celebrity guest. I think he got to be the captain of one of the teams. I don't even know the format of the NHL All-Star game anymore, because now it's they used to have it where it's it's a 4-team tournament, 3-on-3, and now they have Michael Bublé drafting people. I don't understand what the fuck's going on, but Michael Bublé did have a press conference. Let's give it a listen.
Told me this is just a microdose of mushrooms, and he was lying. So I'll be honest, I thought I was in Blades of Glory for most of the time that I was out there until it sort of settled down, and then I realized, holy I am at the NHL All-Star game. The answer is no. I will not be the oldest draft pick the Vancouver Canucks have ever taken at 48 years old. I know you and you. You're a really good hockey. You got good hands, dude. You've got silky mitts, my brother.
You are the first person who's ever told me that.
Because I'm the first real ever hockey fan. We literally are the heart and soul of these teams. And if they win, it'll be because of us. And if they lose, it will be because of us. All of my text, it was people, congratulations on being chosen to go to the All-Star game. And I was like, congratulations, I'm a superstar. Thanks, guys. Thank you. My buddy told.
So Michael Bublé tripping his balls off at the NHL All-Star game. Michael Bublé seems like a cool dude. I had no fucking idea. I thought he was some nerd that was like, fly me to the moon. Yeah, you're on the moon, buddy. Welcome. That's fucking dope, dude. I'm psyched. Annie likes hockey. I want to party with Michael Bubl. You know, everyone talks about how they like, you know, when they become a big star or something. Michael Bubl, let's hang, dude. I want to party with him. I get him out to the Comedy Store. Let's get raging. I mean, I want to do fucking acid with him now. My buddy told me this was a microdose. Sarah Weinschenk does that to me all the time. Do you want to do a microdose? I'm like, okay. And then I'm like, man, I don't know if it's because I haven't eaten anything today or what, but boy, oh boy, I'm tripping. And she'll be like, it wasn't a microdose. I'm like, oh, okay, thank you.
He said he thought he was in Blades of Glory.
Yeah, you know that?
Yeah.
That's a
So
video
funny.
game.
It's a video game too?
A Nintendo video game.
I thought it was just a
Well,
movie.
okay, so maybe he was talking about the movie, but the movie is not about hockey, is it?
Yeah, that's why it kind of threw me off. But I mean, maybe he just
But there
felt
is
good out
a
there on
video.
the ice.
There's a Nintendo video game called Blades of Steel. Blades of Steel. Remember that video game? You guys are both too young.
Never played it.
Blades of Steel is my favorite video game as a kid, and it had fights, and it was on 8-bit Nintendo. It was hockey. It was fucking. It's supposed to be. That cover is supposed to look like Wayne Gretzky on the Edmonton Oilers versus the Islanders in the Stanley Cup, but they couldn't. They didn't have the rights to the players or the logos of the NHL. Yes. Now, we have a very fun clip next here, and it has to do with an announcer slip up. And this is a great announcer, one of my favorites, Gus Johnson. People give Gus Johnson flack. In my pantheon, I put Gus Johnson up there pretty high because I do like how excited he gets. People give him flack because they say he gets too excited about mundane bullshit. But I love that. Get excited about all of it, frankly. But I guess it could be like a Boy Who Cried Wolf situation where you're like, I can't be like this the whole fucking time, Gus Johnson. You got to bring it down a little bit. But I'll take Gus Johnson over like Romo any day of the week. But Gus Johnson doing a lot of basketball these days. And it's probably pretty fun because it's, high action and whatnot. So here is Gus Johnson on the call for, I think this is like, what, women's college basketball?
Yeah.
No call on the play as Brianna Alexander had her shit blocked. Her shot blocked, excuse me. It's
That was Gus Johnson. Am I wrong?
Yeah. It says right here.
Okay, good. That's
At
what I
least.
thought. It didn't sound like him
As
on
long
the
as this
audio.
person is right, you're right.
It didn't sound like him on the audio, but I thought it was, yes. But it could have been. I just probably couldn't hear that great. But yeah, she had her shit blocked. That's some Freudian shit right there. I mean, she's right. It's like Gus Johnson. I mean, the girl did have her shit blocked. That's what I wish announcing could be. You could just say, all kinds of things like that. Like, oh, got his shit pushed in. Like, I don't know. You come up with a whole bunch of them. And I think that was wonderful. I think he should have just kept it the way he did it the first time. Thank you to Jake and Adam for sending that bad boy in. But let's get into some news. We got some breaking news to kick off the news here in a second. So I saw this just a couple hours before we started recording. Apparently it's fresh off the presses, and people did send this in because I did check the email. People already on top of it out there. T-Bone on top of it. CT Riley on top of it, sending this to me. It is porn star Lisa Ann, who, if you are familiar with adult films, you'll probably come across her a time or two, and she's been not in porn for quite some time, actually. And she actually does quite a bit of like media stuff for football and things like that. She does like a sports show. And I know she does like a fantasy football show as well. So Lisa Ann was evidently attending a Matt Rife show. I know he was at Radio City Music Hall this past weekend. I think Allie Colbert opened up for him there as well. So Lisa Ann was evidently attending the show and was dragged out. We have footage of what occurred after the fact.
You just said I did nothing wrong. I didn't touch my phone. I wanted to see Matt Rife because he's a friend of mine. And I go to jail.
Now, I don't know Lisa Ann. I know some people who know Lisa Ann. And I've heard mixed things, but also I have no idea what her personal life is like. Meaning, like, I don't know if this chick does drugs. I don't know if she drinks. I have no idea. It sounded, and maybe she had a few drinks at a comedy show, and people are prone to do that. But what evidently occurred is they thought she was recording. And so when that happens, especially at a high-profile show like a Matt Rife show, you are going to be thrown out. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. If you are caught recording, you will be thrown out. Now, oftentimes, what can occur, and I've seen this happen in other contexts, a person could be on their phone doing willy-nilly shit, checking Instagram, looking at the TikTok or whatever, and be mistaken for recording. But they don't fuck around. So the rule of thumb is just don't even look at your phone. Don't pull it out. And I feel like most of the time they would go, oh, that person's texting, but they'll still tell you, put your fucking phone away. So no idea what occurred once they approached Lisa Ann. I can't wait to get the backstory as this rolls out here from people in and around the situation. But if in fact she was recording and she got thrown out, she's crying about it. But she was like, starting to use the Matt Rife is my friend tactic. Now if I'm Matt Rife, I'm like, Jesus Christ, I get this fucking get this porn star ticket. She's getting arrested at Radio City Music Hall. I'm at Radio City Music Hall. This chick I know loosely is getting arrested. I don't know if he got her tickets. I mean, I know Matt Rife at one point hosted AVNs. And so he probably made friends with many a porn star out there doing that. What does this say? Can you read it, Kirsten?
Yeah, so she actually just put this out.
Oh, good God. Could it be any fucking longer? Just read it. It
says, thank you all for the incredibly kind messages all day today. I am thankful for every bit of love thrown my way today. I'm still pretty shook up about last night's incident at Radio City. I respect and understand security doing their jobs, yet when I expressed my phone was away in my purse, they still insisting I was on my phone. The officers I dealt with took a misunderstanding to the next level, and as a woman, I stood my ground. I'm thankful for the paramedic who interviewed me in the ambulance and ultimately de-escalated the situation. I am sore, bruised both physically and emotionally, but I am feeling a lot of love from everyone, so thank you.
They tried to 5150 her.
Yeah, that's wild.
Well, I think it's like, were you so drunk and just getting... Sometimes people get heightened around police. I've seen it, in this type of context when people get thrown out of shows. When the police are trying to get you out or a security person's trying to get you out of a venue, just go with them and don't get fucking crazy about it, because then they're going to think you're nuts. You know what I'm saying? I see it at the Comedy Store all the time. People just get like so amped up, and it's like people are going to think you belong in a mental institution, and she very well could have seen that way. Plus, also, who knows where she was sitting, and she's walking out, she's like, I'm friends with Matt Rife, and she's like, all right, lady. You know what I mean? They don't know who she is, so they're like, okay, yeah, you're friends with Matt Rife, you fucking... So is all the other ladies in here.
Idiot woman!
So, I could have probably just thought that. They're like, she's saying she's friends with him? Like, what the fuck is going on? Like, this lady's clearly crazy. But so once they got her in the ambulance, evidently the... person that was the paramedic de-escalated things by being like, oh, you literally are friends with Matt Rife. Okay. Well, that's good. That's good news. Well, moving along here, it seems that we have a case of murder. And this comes to us by way of Marissa. She says, first-time Roach reporter here from Pennsylvania, right outside of Philadelphia. This is a local story that is the talk of the town. We love a local story. My job at the county sheriff's office. It's also the talk there. Insanity. Oh, so we got an inside scoop from Marissa here. She works at the fucking sheriff's office. And yes, I did see the YouTube clip before it was taken down, and yikes. Now watch this drive.
Now watch this drive.
So let's get into the article here. I wonder what this YouTube video was all about. I'm sure we can't see it, but officials say a Pennsylvania man who police say decapitated his father and held his head up in a video. That's just good old-fashioned fun right there. I mean, that's so fucking funny. This is my father's head. Why would you take that off YouTube? Come on. I want to see it. So he put... Okay, let me get back into the article. I don't know why that makes me laugh so much.
Now watch this drive.
Do you think he tried to monetize it when he uploaded it?
What do you mean? Yeah, he's like, what do you mean I'm getting demonetized? Like, YouTube gives him the old red money sign, and he's like, oh, what for? Can you review this? He's appealing it.
So fucked up.
So this guy he holds his head up in a YouTube video while calling for the public execution of government employees. This guy's great. Get this guy on the air. I mean, golly, that's the most entertaining shit I've ever heard.
He put himself on air, actually.
Yeah, no, I mean, if anyone deserves a YouTube channel, it's this guy, Justin Moan. Acted with clear mind, aware of his actions and proud of his consequences, Bucks County District Attorney Jennifer Shorn said at a press conference on Friday. I'd say he had a pretty clear mind. He thought, you know what, this has got to go on YouTube. It was evident to us that he was clear-minded in his purpose and what he was doing. That's an important fact to use in his prosecution. I want to know how many hits this fucking thing got on YouTube. Look at this guy. Jeez Louise. I don't even know what this is. My father's head. I will execute government. Yowzers. We're going to get taken off YouTube just for laughing at this, I feel like. On Tuesday evening, authorities were called to the Levittown house of 32-year-old Moan after his mother discovered the decapitated body of his father, Michael. I'm sorry, these are real people. Levittown is a suburb around 25 miles northeast of Philadelphia Center. Officers found the head wrapped in plastic inside a large pot, a machete, and a large knife found in the bathtub, according to court documents. We're always putting heads in the pot. I think it's just because the pot is shaped perfect for a head. It's like if you're holding the head and you're like, what the hell do I do with this thing? You can't just put it down. It'll roll all around and shit, get dust on it. It'll be like a piece of gack that you drop on the carpet. You know, it's getting all kinds of gunk and fuzz on it from the rug. So I think a pot's just like a perfect thing. That's just natural instinct for us to want to put the head in there. Because every decapitation story, there's a pot involved. Or a bucket, I guess. A bucket happens too. Justin Moan faces charges of first-degree murder, possession of an instrument of crime, and abuse of a corpse. In a grisly 14-minute video posted on YouTube on Tuesday evening, Justin Moan held up his father's head, a plastic bag. Oh, so he didn't even hold it by the hair? Come on, dude. You just put it in a bag and held it? That's like the queefiest way to fucking hold a severed head that you just severed. That's not manly at all. That's like, that would give a girl the ick. You know?
Yeah, that would. The bad would.
Yeah. He decapitated the head, but he didn't even hold it like by the hair. He put it in a bag. Ew.
What if his dad was bald though, and he just couldn't get like a good grip on it?
Couldn't get that like
basketball grip on it.
That's a good point, Kirsten. You didn't want to do it with two hands. It's just too much.
He always wanted to palm a basketball as a kid, but he just couldn't quite get there.
You got to do it upside down, then you go by the entrails.
What?
Queef of the week.
My God.
I got the ick when he held it up in the bag. In the video titled Moan's Militia, Call to Arms for American Patriots. See, this doesn't give you folks that are the patriots, the militias. This guy doesn't help you out here. You know what I'm saying? This guy gives you guys a bad name. Also called for patriots across the USA to publicly execute government employees for betraying their country. So is his father? Oh, yes, his father worked for the federal government for 20 years. He's now in hell for eternity, according to Justin. Michael, the father, was a 68-year-old employee of the Army Corps of Engineers. Oh, my God. These guys always love going after government employees who are not the ones who are the trouble. You know what I'm saying? They go after the ones that are like Tim McVeigh. He's like, I'm going to go bomb the Oklahoma City, federal building. It's like, there's just secretaries that work in there, you fucking idiot. There's no one of importance in there at all. This guy was calling for the execution of government employees, and he's like, my dad's one, I guess. He didn't you know, I mean, typical Nepo murder here. Justin also doxed the home address of a federal judge and put a bounty on the heads of federal government employees while he targeted employees of the federal government, Shorn said. His threats did not apply to state government officials. So he went to the federal level at the very least, I guess, here. He's offering bounties. It's like, I don't think you're going to be able to collect from Justin here. At the end of the day, I wouldn't trust it. Was he going to Venmo you? The video posted online racked up more than 5,000 views before YouTube removed it. He's doing better than we are. It's quite horrifying how many views we understand it had before it was taken down, Shorn said. I don't know. Come on, Shorn. You can get to see what some of the shit that's getting views out there. Authorities said Justin fled the scene in his father's white Toyota Corolla and couldn't even get his own car to flee. He's got his dad's car. He was found around 100 miles away, the site of the large National Guard training center. He drove the vehicle through the center's barricades and climbed the barbed wire fence. Local police were able to track him by pinging his phone and arrested him without incident. Upon his arrest, he told officers that he went to this center in an attempt to convince the National Guard to take up arms against the federal government. This guy's a fucking revolutionary. Look at him trying to fucking overthrow America. He also indicated that he wanted to speak to Governor Shapiro to join the forces. Oh, so now he wants to get involved. He's like, I'll join them and then we'll turn on the federal government. I don't think they're going to accept you at the National Guard in that regard. Justin was also armed with a 9mm handgun, missing one round when he arrived. He legally purchased the firearm a day before his father's death, and he handed over a medical marijuana card so that he would be eligible to legally own a gun, a fact that Shorn shows his clear state of mind. I don't know, Shorn. Slippery slope here. None of this says clear state of mind to me. Anything else in this fucking thing?
No, I mean, at the very bottom, it does mention that he released 2 musical albums in 2017 and 2018.
Michael Moines music. Did you find those? Are those on Spotify?
They might.
Oh my God, let me look.
It says his Amazon page. Oh, I guess it's since been taken down.
No.
But one album was called The Story of Humanity, and the other one was Color Fun Conrado.
Let's see if his name comes up on Spotify. News and politics genre. Probably just people talking about what he did.
The Story of Humanity.
The Story of Humanity. God, I need to hear this music. Are we going to get taken DCMA'd?
Oh my God, wait. It's here on Spotify.
It is on Spotify?
Oh my God. I think did they take it down? 10 songs.
The Story of Humanity. Hold on.
Pot, Gaslight, Zezerung, Aftermath, Trauma, parentheses, Sleepwave, Beacon for Evil.
How come it's not showing up on mine?
I don't know.
The Story
Oh,
of
you can't even, you know what? It's
you
like
can't
locked.
even play them. It's locked.
So exclusive.
Look at that album art.
Yeah, hold on. They like wiped it.
Oh
yeah,
my
what the hell is that?
Heaven and Hell.
Yeah.
We need to find this. If you folks out there have any MP3s that you can get a hold of, I must hear Justin Moines.
We're looking for some new intro
Story
music.
of Humanity. Oh my God. I would feature a song at the end of every episode.
Maybe you could do like an acapella version of one of these. Like Angels and Demons could be a good one.
There you go. Oh my Lord. Evidently he shot his father in the head before he cut his head off too, by the way. I don't know if that's important to anybody out there. Anywho, next up, we have a story. Is this? I gotta hear this fucking guy's music. What if it? What if it's fire?
I was actually thinking the same thing. Like, what if it's actually like some Broadway musical type of,
or it's just like the most fire rap album you've ever heard in your life, and everyone's like, "What the fuck is this?" It's Justin Mon, the crazy psycho who cut off his dad's head and put it in a bag and held it up for YouTube to see. Well, next up, we have a story that takes place
in Walmart.
It's happening in a Walmart.
Fucking nasty.
And this is from Girk, I think is how you say his name. It's a foreign name to me. Geirk. Girk? Garrick?
I don't know. I'm just going to go with that. Let us know who's closer.
All right, yeah. I'm going to go with Girk. I don't know. It could be German or some shit. He sends a story about a car
in Walmart.
What? A man recently had been fired from Walmart and crashed through the front doors of the store with his vehicle, then continued to drive around inside. Lacey Gentry, 32 of Charlotte, is a gentleman, by the way, with the name Lacey. No wonder he's an angry person. He's now facing multiple charges in connection with an incident last week in Concord, including 2 felony counts of assault with a deadly weapon on government officials. So this guy just got unlucky. He's not like our last guy who was looking for government officials. He is a guy who just happened to be driving his car recklessly around inside of a Walmart and then happened to injure someone who happened to be a government official. So that's tough luck in your charges, Pally. Police were called to the store just before 6 a.m. Friday after it was reported a car had been driven through the front doors of the Walmart. Once inside, the 2015 Volkswagen Passat continued to drive through the store, causing substantial damage and endangering people inside. This is a good advertisement for the Volkswagen Passat. Boy, oh boy. I mean, this thing went through the front doors, drove all around the Walmart, knocking things over. We do have video of it here that people filmed while they were inside the store. Officers were finally able to get Gentry to stop his vehicle, and he was taken into custody. There were no reports of injuries, but there was considerable damage. So what happened with that government person if there was no injuries? Oh, because someone was in there? I mean, it says he has 2 felony counts of assault with a deadly weapon on a government official. So if he didn't injure anybody, then who cares? Oh, is it just because they were around when that happened? You can turn the sound on because it's kind of funny. Start it over from the beginning. Point of view only at Walmart.
In Walmart.
So if you're listening at home, they're making an announcement for everyone to evacuate the Walmart as a person. It looks like a zombie movie. Everybody's kind of running around, and the Walmart is trashed. And you don't know exactly why. Is there, what's in there? It's almost like a horror movie. Is there a monster in there? No, it's a man in his Volkswagen Passat driving around.
Grocery side, right?
So, who is that?
I guess gotta be.
Is the store closed today?
Yeah. She's making an LOL.
Oh my lord.
Right here in the front, girl. On the GM side, he's coming back.
Now they're running as if the car might be coming towards them.
Car in the damn.
Oh, there it is.
Oh.
Yeah, he better kill this guy.
Y'all keep sitting in this pussy ass Walmart, motherfucker.
Yo, fuck
Nah, I'm taking it to Walmart.
I take it that's Lacey.
You calling fuck Walmart. Fuck Thunderworld Walmart. Hell yeah. Fuck this Walmart right here. I'm taking y'all down. All y'all motherfucking pussy ass police. Y'all sit at the midnight. Fuck y'all too. Y'all pussy ass niggas.
Who does he think he's talking to? The man is filming on his phone. He's like making a statement to the world as if he's live streaming on Justin Moines' YouTube channel. I mean, golly, that was crazy. He gets out of the car and comes right up to the camera and makes a statement worthy of, I mean, it should have been on CNN, for Christ's sake.
That almost felt like the American version of like running with the bulls, like a car just chasing them down inside of a Walmart. Or running from it.
The American version of it, yeah. They're just a bunch of Volkswagen Passats inside of a Walmart.
Chasing people on those little hover carts around Walmarts.
Oh my lord. I used to be, as a child, I used to go to, we have a wholesale thing, it's kind of like Costco, called BJ's. Have you ever heard of this? There was they've been around. I think there may be an East Coast thing. But, you know, it'd be a typical wholesale place where, you know, it'd look like an airplane hangar inside. And there would be massive shelves and, you know, stocked to the ceiling. And they would have a forklift roaming around there to stock the shelves. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you'd hear it. It'd be like, beep, beep. You'd hear it in the distance. And then all of a sudden it'd go by. When I was a child, I distinctly remember being terrified of the forklift. I thought it was a monster. And my mom was like, it's a car. And I was like, I thought the forklift was a monster. So every time I saw that thing pass by an aisle, I thought it was looking for me. You know what I mean? It had that vibe. And that's what I kind of like had my body felt that as I was watching that video and I heard the damage. You knew something was there, but you didn't know what. It was the Jaws effect, you know what I'm saying? And you didn't know what could be behind that aisle. What monster is destroying this Walmart? Well, it's a Volkswagen Passat driven by Lacey, and he is upset. Evidently, he was fired, though. What is that?
I was just looking up a forklift that would scare you.
Yeah, no, I mean...
I feel it. I get what you're saying.
It was more like the one, you know, just the typical one at the bottom there, but it was just the fact that it was inside and I'd hear it beeping and it would be just like kind of it was a scary looking vehicle for me as a child. Yeah, like that. And it would be like... and be like, it's there. My mom would be like, relax. It's not going to do anything to you. It's a fucking... truck, you stupid fucking child. No, it'd be amazing if my mom talked to me that way. Might have been more of a man. Well, next up, Danielle sent something in, and this is exciting because I lived in this town right before I moved to Los Angeles. The headline reads, Sky Poop in North Tonawanda. Now, I have no context for what this could very well mean at all. I heard North Tonawanda, and I jumped right in. In fact, this story comes to us from WIVB, Channel 4. There's my boy, Don Postles. I have his phone number. Let's see if I can call Don Postles on the phone. Do you think he'll pick up? I don't even know if it's his number anymore.
Oh, we can get his take.
I'm just gonna be like, hey Don, what's with this fucking poop story in North Tonawanda? I bet
if it's not Don, you still gotta ask them about the Sky Poop.
What time is it there? 8 o'clock. I just want to make sure he's not on the air. Okay, let's see here. Postals. Let's see if it works. I haven't talked to this man in 10 years.
I'm nervous.
Hello. He just fucking answers like a newsman. He's Ron Burgundy, this guy.
All right, can't come to the phone right now. Leave a message. I'll call you back as soon as I can.
He sounds like a news guy. Right? I'll call you back as soon as I can. Well, he didn't pick up, but it was fun to hear his voice. But yes, Don Postles and I used to be tight. Dude is legitimately Ron Burgundy. Does he tell the story? Let's watch it. I don't know.
We're up in arms tonight about what's landing on and around their homes.
They say it smells bad and they want to know where it came from and how to stop it. Call for action.
Hell yeah, Don.
Bubl has been looking for answers tonight. Jeff?
We have been, Don and Jackie, and I do have my umbrella out for this story just in case something happens, but this is a situation that residents here...
Good. This is my hometown news channel. I used to know I used to date a girl that worked there. I mean, this is like, so I never met Jeff Preval, but kudos, dude. I mean, he's like, I got an umbrella in case shit falls from the sky. That's what they're talking about. They've alluded to it quite a bit. It smells really bad. I mean, like, they haven't said what's falling from the sky, but everyone knows it's shit by this point. And Jeff Preval making an LOL about it. So keep going. Let's hear the rest of it here. Sorry.
Along Alice Street in North Tonawanda have been talking about for weeks. They want to have answers from the city of North Tonawanda and the FAA as well. For over a month, residents here have had to deal with several instances of fecal matter raining from the sky and hitting several homes here. One resident we spoke with, Gwen Eichler, is concerned about letting her dogs out at times and had to get a power washer to clean up the mess.
So there is nothing left to see except for my Facebook posts, which have been prevalent because when I first put it up the first time, everybody went, "What?" I put it up the second time. You gotta be kidding me. And when I put it up the third time.
Gwen.
Now, here's the thing, folks. I used to live in North Tonawanda, and the smell of shit in North Tonawanda is not rare. I don't know that I ever would have known that. If shit was falling from the sky and I had to venture to guess as to where it was happening, I would have said North Tonawanda. I don't know where Alice Street is in relation. Can you pull up a Google?
I got you.
So I used to live on Erie Avenue, and I don't even care that I'm doxing myself. I think it was because I don't live there anymore. It was, I forget the address, 1232 Erie Avenue or something like that. I cannot remember, but it was near the Cricket Tavern. Type in the Cricket Tavern. Shout out to the Cricket Tavern, the best thing going in North Tonawanda, the best tavern ever in the world. This place saved my life. I used to go walk there and drink my fucking face off. There it is, the Cricket Tavern. I lived literally just where the mouse is, just to click over from there and see those like little 3 buildings right there after that road. That was literally my apartment. Nope, up a little.
Oh, sorry.
Up a little bit there. Yes, right there was my apartment. Now, see if you can triangulate where Alice Street is from there. I don't exactly know because I didn't spend a lot of time. I'd go to the Cricket Tavern, I'd go home, and I'd go to work. That was about it when I lived in North Tonawanda. There is a
in Walmart
across the street over there too, in North Tonawanda. But like I said, the smell of shit. Oh, it's not too far at all. Look at that. A couple of like a block. I could have rode a bike over there. Not far at all. I can't tell the distance, but that is not far at all. So I could have very well had shit raining down on me. Crazy. Can we go back to the story and play it more?
Yeah.
Oh my God. I didn't know if it ended or what, but Gwen was one of my neighbors, it seemed.
You need to win the lottery.
Well, the city of North Tonawanda actually sent out a wastewater technician to do some testing, and they cannot confirm whether this is human or animal waste, but what they can say is that it's likely from an airplane because of its appearance. So take that for what it's worth. Now, 2 residents.
What else could it be from, Jeff Preval?
They've heard from a local FAA official who says that the agency is taking a look into the situation. We're live in North Tonawanda tonight. Jeff Preval, News 4.
Like I said, folks, if there were one place on the map that shit would rain from the sky from, it would be North Tonawanda. I bet you one of the American Airlines is like, we got to pick a place to drop our shit. I think North Tonawanda is a perfect place to do it. They probably deliberately take that flight path. Oh, we have to dump some shit. Let's do it over North Tonawanda. I'm not trying to shit on North Tonawanda, folks. Like I said, the Cricket Tavern, hell of a place. Go there. Also, Witters. Witters is a good bar in North Tonawanda. Lots of good bars. What's that?
I was just going to say real quick while we're on the topic of shit.
Mm-hmm.
I came across something this morning that I really wanted your take on.
Ooh, okay.
Like what you would do in this situation.
Please.
I see this photo. It says, picked up my Old Navy online in-store pickup and tried the pants on at home. Felt something itchy on the inside. It's a large, dried up human shit that has been touching my thigh.
Oh. You don't check the pants before you buy them? I mean, that is a big fucking stain on that.
What are you doing if this happens to you?
You're saying as a person who made the shit or a person who took that home?
As a person who picked up your online Old Navy pants and then somehow put them on without seeing this?
Yeah, how do you not? I would have seen that. I'm blind as hell, and I would have been like, there's brown shit on here. I mean, there's no way I would have missed that. So this man got it online? Is that what you said?
That's what it says. That's what he says. Oh, God, don't zoom in more. Yeah, he says an online in-store pickup.
In-store, though?
Yeah, so he's online.
He bought them online and went to the store to go get them. So they were in the store. Because I was going to say, like, Old Navy's just got people like, I got to take a shit. So they do it in the pants and then package them. I mean, that's far-fetched.
Then someone packaged this in-store, too, and did not realize there was a separate package within it.
Well, I could also see this. A man has to shit in the mall or wherever this Old Navy is. There's no bathroom. So he's like, I could shit my own pants or I could go, can I try these on? And then you go shit in the Old Navy pants. He did pick, I mean, those aren't like, if he got caught, those probably aren't expensive. They are loose fitting. He was like, I really got to go. So I'm going to shit in some just like random Old Navy pants. And then I'm going to put them back. And so someone who is like, oh, I'm fulfilling all the online orders, they got to go around and gather the things for the online order. They just grabbed one off the shelf and didn't look. So this idiot takes them home and he's like, oh, my new pants, hooray. And then he puts them on and he's like, what's on my leg? Oh, it's shit. He doesn't even look at them at all. He's like, can't wait to put my fucking new pants on. And he puts them on and he's got shit there. So that's how I think it
You, as someone working in the store, you are not picking this up without feeling the weight of that nugget. Because that is, I mean, that's matter. That's material. That's not just a smear. Like, that is...
I don't know. You are not taking into account the amount of which people do not care about their job.
I guess you're right. But say these are your pants now. Do you just cut your losses and throw them away? Do you try to take them back and convince the people that it wasn't you who shit the pants?
You gotta gotta go look in the mirror and be like, what the hell am I doing with myself? I mean, if my luck is this terrible, what curse do I have to lift? I mean, do I live on an Indian burial ground? You have to go reflect on a lot.
Oh, and then,
I wouldn't even. The last thing I think about is getting new pants or even rectifying the pants situation. It's bad.
What are you doing with your leg that's had this dried turd nugget just scraping up against it?
Going to thank God I'm home. I'm taking a shower. I'm throwing those outside in the dumpster, and I'm trying to forget the incident ever happened.
I screenshotted this at 6:13 this morning. It really fucked up my day, so I just had to present it to you too.
I like it. And it's funny because we talked about shit falling from the sky from a plane, and now we have another plane story from C.T. Riley. And I've never flown this airline. It's about a Frontier airline, and I just imagine when you take that gamble, you are flying on a bus in the sky. That's what you're signing up for when you fly Frontier or a Spirit. This is people who shouldn't even be allowed in public transit, let alone in the sky. flying from a city to another city. So a passenger aboard a Frontier Airlines flight from Orlando to Philadelphia had been slapped with federal charges after her caught-on video meltdown when she decided she flashed the cabin by pulling down her pants and underwear, cursed at the crew, and allegedly threatened to kill fellow flyers. Now, am I having deja vu, or did we talk about this already?
I was kind of wondering if we had talked about this before too, but I couldn't remember because I remember seeing it.
I remember seeing a video of a woman doing this, I want to say, and I thought, is this another incident?
I thought she squatted down and pissed.
That's what I thought too, but I could just be getting my shitty passengers mixed up, and we could have talked about this before, but it's worth bringing up again, if so. A flight attendant identified as RG told her that she had to sit down, but the woman began cursing before finally taking her seat during an outburst. After the plane landed and was taxiing at the gate, the woman began cursing at passengers around her. The flight attendant called security to assist at the arrival gate. The captain was notified about the unhinged passenger and made an announcement instructing everyone to remain seated. At the gate, however, the woman allegedly pushed other passengers out of the way as she went to the front of the cabin, where she approached the lavatory but was stopped by the crew. "Sorry, everybody," she announced, and then pulled down her pants and underwear down as she squatted as if to urinate in the aisle. So she was thinking about it. Fellow passenger Julie Hartman has shared the shocking video. I believe we have. The woman displayed her anus and genitalia in front of the passengers, some of whom were children. Oh my Lord, how dare a child can't see an adult anus? Well, whatever.
So I think we did cover this, but I think it's coming out because it's saying she officially has charges now. She's being officially charged with it. At one point, the person behind the camera recording the confrontation were heard saying, "That poor boy next to us," because the poor boy had to see this disgusting woman's genitals. I guess it is. Let's watch it. Oh, yes, that poor boy. Poor everybody, really, at the end of the day. Forget age in this case. We're all less fortunate for having seen the anus and genitals of this woman. That's what you get at Frontier. You get a little show with every purchase of your ticket. It's funny she has a mask too. I don't know if I remember this. I thought it was a white woman the last time, but I could have been thinking of the P lady as well. Well, folks, this could have been avoided if someone would have gave her their own Old Navy pants. She could have pissed those instead.
That's very true. If she had shitty pants on, none of this would have happened. So next up, as we wrap up here, we have, let's see, one more I want to get to because I don't want to leave anyone out. This one comes from Sophie, and this is exciting. It says in an email here, "Hi, Josh. I read this and immediately thought of you and wanted to hear your reaction to the story. The absurdity made me chuckle. Anyway, please jump across the pond and come to a show in London, UK. I would love to see the Roach live. That would be fun. I would like to get over to the UK. Tell all your British friends to request me so that my agent thinks that it's worthwhile." So here in this article it says, a pigeon suspected of spying for China and held for 8 months was released by Indian officials this week after intervention from animal rights organization PETA. So evidently everyone thought this pigeon was a Chinese spy. I mean, they got balloons, they got everything. China's here, folks. I mean, they're in our schools, they got the real estate. The war is over. Everyone thinks they're going to invade us. They're here. We are China, basically, at this point. And so they're saying in this country, though, they got pigeons going around doing the spying. And you ever see those people that are like, birds aren't real? That was like a thing for a while. And then COVID happened and everyone's like, all right, stop fucking around. Stop fucking around. Get serious. But now it's got me wondering, what do you think here? What is that?
I hate to be that person, but this bird does not look real.
No birds look real. Birds?
This bird looks like a spy.
I fucking hate birds. I'm coming out to say it right now. All iterations of them, they can all get fucked. They're dinosaurs. They're old dinosaurs with feathers on them, and they're little baby dinosaurs. And if they wanted to, they would peck all of our eyes out, and they would claw us with their talons. Fuck birds every which way. You got one in your house, you're a psychopath.
I too was once like you. Having them in your house does make you a psychopath.
You are a lunatic. You're a Looney Tune. If you got one talking to you, you're teaching it to talk. It's like,
I dated a guy with a
Canterbury. Or I don't even know what the fuck. Cadbury? It's like the rabbit. The rabbit's like Cadbury. Is that supposed to be like an egg? I don't fucking know. I'm getting my shit confused now. But birds talk, and it's crazy, and I hate it. My uncle used to teach it to like do the doorbell. I'm like, what the fuck? Now when you think the door's ringing all the time because the fucking bird's doing it too? And every time someone rings the doorbell, now I have to hear the fucking bird do it too. Nothing makes me want to murder something more than a bird squawking. Hate it. So I say, fuck this thing. Put this thing in jail. This Chinese spy. I'm going to think every bird's a Chinese spy. When you see a bird and it's sitting on your tree, it's the Chinese. I'm telling you right now. Go out there. You're going to see them all around, flying through the sky, perched on a fence. It's the Chinese watching us. After learning that the pigeon was held at the Bai Sakabari, I'm not going to try and pronounce what the hell this animal hospital is, in Perel, as case property for an astonishing 8 months, PETA India sprang into action to secure the bird's freedom from captivity. There's a PETA India. That's interesting. I bet they don't have a lot of work to do with cows. I mean, they don't have to do much, you know what I'm saying, in terms of protecting the cows. Like, all right, we lock that down. You know, they're giving out PETA awards to all the different PETAs in all the different countries, and they're like, hey, PETA India, once again, you saved a lot of cows. Good job. The animal's ordeal began in May last year when it was captured near a port in Mumbai. There was a message written on the pigeon's wings in words that appeared to be Chinese. So some Chinese guy spray painted this bird, and everyone's like, it's a spy, dude. Fucking Chinese spy, man. This led to suspicion of spying and caused police to seize the bird. This bird is a fucking Chinese spy. I'm telling you right now, it's got words spray painted on the back of it. Another pigeon was reportedly taken into custody back in 2016 after authorities found it with a note that threatened Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi. In the most recent case, PETA contacted police in Mumbai without further delay to grant formal permission for the hospital to release the pigeon. The bird was released yesterday on the hospital premises by Colonel something or other. And earlier, Indian media reports had said that the bird had been transferred to the Bombay Society for Prevention of Animal... A lot to do for a fucking pigeon. I mean, in New York, we're lucky if we don't hit them with a car or something. You know what I mean? They're flying around in fucking the subway. Homeless people are trying to catch them and eat them. While the pigeon's case has made global headlines, spy animals captured and exploited by militaries are nothing new. Ooh, this is crazy. In 2019, a snowy white beluga whale was shot to international fame after it was spotted wearing a specially made harness with mounts for a camera. Okay, so the animal's not a spy. It had a camera attached to it. It's not like it's like, yeah, then I signed up with the fucking Russian government. I mean, that's just the Russians tying cameras to whales. This bird didn't have a camera on it. It's a bird. And they're like, nope, it's a robot. I mean, crack it open and see what's in there. If there's gears and shit inside, we'll find out. So one way to get to the bottom of it, poke it and see if it bleeds.
I kind of want video footage of them interrogating it.
Are you a spy? Just like eating bread and shit. All right, get him some bread.
It sucks because they do kind of operate
bad
like...
cop. It's like, you want some bread? No, you want this fucking...
All pigeons do kind of move like robots too. Like they are kind of the crackhead of birds. They're just like...
It's not just pigeons. All birds move like fucking Looney Tunes. They're not graceful.
Listen, I'm going to get you a pair of binoculars and you're going to find your relationship with the birds.
Yeah, so I can become like a psychopath and be like, they're all spies. And I'm looking at them through. I'm like, I'm watching the spies. I'm watching the watchers.
Come to the bird side. It's fun.
No, you like birds now? I thought you didn't
That's what I said. I was once like you, but I got me a nice pair of binoculars and this cool app on my phone that identifies them. And now I'm on their team.
Kirsten, what are you 68 years old? What happened? You're like a porch person now?
No, but I might have adult onset autism. I'm really thinking.
This is like old people stuff. My grandpa used to do that.
I'll tell you what.
Do you whistle when you go do it too?
Not the right whistles, but I do play sound sometimes to try to track them. I got a new bird feeder on my sliding glass door.
I'm gonna come hunt them. When you're looking at them in your binoculars. I'm gonna shoot them with a BB gun like Dennis the Menace. Come at me, PETA. These fucking spy birds. I'll take them down. I was reading a thing that, you know, the bald eagle.
I know him. What about him?
You know, like an American bald eagle or whatever. If you ever heard one, what do you think it would sound like? because there was a big propaganda thing.
I don't know. I feel
back in the day,
they want you to think it sounds like really masculine and screechy, but I feel like it probably sounds like.
It does. You are very right. You nailed it, because see what happened was back in the day, like I don't know, when TV's starting to come about in the 40s or 50s or whatever, they sent a crew. They wanted to get footage of a bald eagle for this like patriotic thing or whatever, and they sent a crew out there, and so they filmed the bald eagle, but the bald eagle's sound was like. It sounded like a pussy. And so they were like, we can't show this, on TV. I mean, this will ruin America. So they took the call of a red hawk and they replaced it.
You're right.
With the bald eagle.
Found it right here, actually.
Yeah, see if they can play the differences. Yeah, that's the one we all think. Like a fucking hawk, and we're all like, yeah, fuck yeah, America, let's rock and roll. Monster trucks.
He looks pretty badass with his eyes.
Yeah, but it's not as majestic as the bald eagle. You see, the bald eagle is. Yeah, and there's the queefy, pussy-ass bald eagle. It's like, ugh. I got the ick from the bald eagle. I can't. America's not cool anymore. I can't. That's what they didn't want people to get the ick on America. So they replaced it with the red hawk.
Yeah. It's kind of wild that they had to.
And so for years, what's crazy, and this is like goes to show the power of media and propaganda, if you will. For years, everyone just thought that's what a bald eagle sounded like. They're just like, oh, that's a bald eagle sound. Like everyone, it was just like tricking us the whole time. Is there any? I thought there was going to be another example of a spy animal, but no, that's all they got for us is cameras attached to whales. The Russians tying cameras to whales as spy animals. So, who knows, folks? I'm going to keep an eye on you, you fucking pigeons. I'll tell you what. You may have got Kirsten fooled, but I'm still here. And I'm still watching you. And I'm still making sure you're not fucking Chinese spies. Anywho, I'm going to be all over the place. I can't even remember. Remember the beginning of the show when I said all those dates? Well, I'll tell you one that's definitely on sale. Let's just look at it on the on sale side. What do you say? Just so I get it right for the first time. Usually I'm really good at this, but we just added things yesterday. I'm pretty excited about it. Washington, D.C. Oh, yes, I remember now. April 26th and 27th, I'm going to be in Huntsville, Alabama. Stand Up Live in Huntsville, Alabama. I've been looking forward to going there. It is one of my favorites. I had so much fun when I went there during COVID times, so I'm excited to go back now when it's not COVID time. So come on out to that. Huntsville, Alabama, April 26th and 27th. May 30th, Washington, D.C. That's on sale as well. And so is the one way out in fucking August in Des Moines. That's on sale. So make sure you're buying tickets to all the on sale ones. And there's ones that I have finalized, but the links haven't been posted yet. But keep your eyes peeled over to the Instagram at Josh_Potter, the Twitter at J_Potter. All the on sale links will be up as soon as I get them. Just click the link in the bio. Other than that, thank you for viewing, rate, review, subscribe, leave a comment, tell your friends, spread the word. We got to get this thing to get more views than that beheading video. I got to tell you, that's crazy. And if you find that gentleman's music, please let us know. joshpottershow at gmail.com. Send things in, whether it be articles or music, like Justin Moan's History of the World or whatever the hell it's called. And also, just like Griff Parker did here with this little ditty. Thank you so much to Griff Parker. Thank you to Alex and Kirsten. And we will see you next week with Johnny Pemberton right here on The Josh Potter Show.